Starting. And we are live. Of course, I have to immediately cough as soon as we go live. And
That's the law.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Today we have Shannon, aka Liberal Lunacy. I forgot to put your fucking thing in the thing.
It's okay.
Off in my ear. Oh, my fucking stream went off in my ear. I hate that. I thought I had it muted, but anyway. So Shannon is pregnant as fuck, and she's gonna pop out a kid. And so below is two links. One is to her baby registry. Let's spoil this shitlord in the making, literally. And there is a link directly to her PayPal if you wish to tip. This is a full-on YouTube baby shower. Jeff is supposed to be joining us, and there is a good possibility of a drive-by memming. I'm randomly inviting other YouTubers that I know that are parents to come and join. If you guys know anybody, or if you are a YouTuber and you have a child and you wish to join us, please send me a DM on Twitter. So, Shannon, why don't you tell us about that bun in your oven?
Well, I'm 30 weeks pregnant at the moment. I had them assign a gender, so he's going to be a boy. And we're not releasing the name yet because we kind of did the gender reveal and we wanted something secret for now. So we're not releasing the name yet. But we do have his birth date figured out because due to my disability, I have to have a planned C-section. And so he's going to be born June 15th.
June
15th. So 2 months to go.
That's nice.
June 15th. So wait, isn't that right when we're going to be hopefully at convention?
No, it should be a week before.
When you guys will be, yes.
Not you, of course. I don't want you having a baby in an elevator. That'd be the next elevator gate we need, wouldn't it?
That would be the finest VidCon vlog I've ever seen.
Oh my
and
God.
Shannon is dilated to 4 centimeters.
We've decided to do a hotel home, Bert, so everybody can be a part of the action. You know, get Andy Worski to go in there and go, oh, you know. Get Jeff to get drunk and, you know, attempt to cut the umbilical cord. No, none of this sounds good.
Have Blair running around boiling water, ripping up sheets.
Oh my God, that would be horrible. How did I get... Okay, I thought for a second I was unsubscribed from you. I just can't read. Because I need to put your fucking link in the fucking description.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you got unsubscribed from me.
Yeah, I've been unsubscribed from so many people that I've just stopped keeping count. It's really retarded. We also have Base Mama with us. And Base Mama, you're a mama for sure.
For sure.
For sure. You just had a little shitlord too, and
I did. He is 4 months old, so it's the funnest thing, really.
It's the funnest.
Yes, I love babies because they're quiet and they don't argue with me.
But your babies are quiet? My babies are
generally, yeah.
My babies were all pretty loud. My cat is eating my pirate hat that I pulled out when I was fucking around with Sophane and poisoning the well. We were all putting on silly hats, and my cat decided to come over and start eating the fucking feathers. Yeah.
Cats are assholes.
We also have with us Tim, who is a Patreon of Liberal Lunacies and based, and he really wanted to join in the shenanigans for today.
I like children, so
they taste just like chicken.
Exactly. So I want to get in early on Shannon's just in case she decides to, you know.
Nobody's gonna name their child Giraffe Wellington Jr. It's not gonna happen.
Sorry.
Damn.
This is just your wild fantasy.
Damn.
Although I was going to say it would be kind of cool to raffle off a baby name or a nickname even. That would be kind of cool.
That would be cool, but nah, we kind of got set
I'm
on
going to
a
have
name.
to. Well, yeah. But I'm going to probably raffle off a nickname because, let's face it, I have literally no idea what I will call child number 6 because I'm kind of all out of baby names.
Wait, how many babies? I thought
Yeah,
you had
I can
6.
get that.
Yeah, he's my 6th, and I just don't have any more nicknames, you know?
I thought Shitlord
Like,
was
I
a
have
good
used
enough
them all.
nickname.
I don't think the in-laws would like that very much.
Would be horrible.
Fuck
I'm
'em.
okay with it, though.
Just remember to randomly check your links to the thingies to the baby shower registry.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, to see if your child gets spoiled before it's even born. Where the fuck is
totally
Jeff?
thought you were gonna tell me to check.
Yeah, are you
He
currently?
might be doped up and passed out, man.
I mean, we've all been there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do not know how
Earlier
you're managing
today.
to be pregnant with because you can't take like your pain meds and shit with your disorder. You are a trooper.
Oh no, I can still take them. I just it's like a absolute last resort kind of thing. You know, it's there as the last line of defense emergency thing. You know, I went over it and over and over it and made sure it was okay with.
Sorry.
But I went over it with my doctor and everything, made sure it was okay.
How is this pregnancy going for you right now?
Oh, it's absolute hell. It's no. My first pregnancy was much easier.
Who is echoing in my ear?
That was me. I'm sorry. I turned it off. Please don't hit me.
I'm going.
That means hit her harder.
Beat you like a redheaded stepchild.
Yeah.
I love that.
Somebody go smack Jeff in the face on Twitter or something and say, "Hey, you cunt! We worked this out. Where are you, you twat for cheese?" Or cheese? I don't know. None of that was funny. I thought it was in my head. But anyway, yeah, he's. I'm trying to invite I can't think. YouTubers that are parents, preferably ones with.
Your boy Pat in the chat is the parent.
Oh, would you like to talk to your boy Pat? Shannon, it's your stream.
I'm fine with that.
All right, let me see if he can't get on here. Let me see. Your boy. I'm getting messages from all over the place. Like, guys, it's Shannon's stream. Chill the fuck out. Beneath you. There, Pat, if you want in, the hangout's there. Oh my god. My voice is for some reason really hoarse today, so pardon me. Every time I try to project myself, I start Yeah, later my kids don't get here until really late tonight because they're having Easter with their dad, and then I've got to still dye eggs. And then in the morning I'm gonna deal with that. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
I don't dye eggs. I just cheat and do the plastic ones and keep them because I'm cheap.
We dye about 18 of them and we eat a whole shitload of them because we like eggs.
Oh god, they smell so good right now.
Oh god, let's not talk about food to the pregnant lady. We dye and then we do half hidden plastic eggs, half hidden regular. And we try to put the eggs in Ziploc bags because Florida has squirrels and birds that'll run off with them.
Oh wow!
One year we thought we got them all, and the next day after Easter we go into the backyard and my dog is walking around with an Easter egg in her mouth, and I'm like, "You can keep that."
Probably wise.
Yeah, I'm like,
I thought it was walking around with a squirrel.
The cutest thing is that I get a picture of it. I was working on my crafts because at the time I worked at pirate fairs, and I'm working outside early in the morning, and I'm like, I got this huge order to do. and here comes the dog with this fucking Easter egg in her mouth going, like, can I eat this? Is this a ball? What is this? And I'm like, click. It was so, like, perfect. And this dog looks so confused. Like, what the hell is the thing? I want to eat it. I don't know if I should. Am I allowed, mommy? And she was like, not even a full, like, size dog yet. She was a puppy. She was, like maybe 6 months old. So she's just still that goofy stage. So fucking cute. This little dog walking around with an Easter egg in her mouth. Ow, 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 ow. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Where the hell is Jeff? I'm gonna yell at him. Call him on Skype again. Be like, Jeff, get your ass here. Oh, your boy Pat has joined. You have kids.
Hey, how you doing? Yes,
Hello.
I do. I have 2 teens and a preteen.
What?
How am I sounding?
You're sounding delicious, like sexual
Sounds
chocolate
fine.
as always.
And before we get this started, let me go and get this little fanboy thing out of the way. Oh, Shannon, I'm a big fan of your channel. I love you. Oh my God, I made it with Shannon. Oh my God. Okay, now that I got that out of my system.
That was slightly. Pat, I'm surprised you never got a chance to stream with Shannon yet.
No, this is my first time, and now I can actually check it off my list now. Oh my God, I'm on here with Liberal Lunacy.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I did.
I know
kind
that
of,
feeling.
I've fallen off the face of the earth for a while. So
Yeah, was it because of the morning sickness?
It's been kind of a combination of things. My laptop that isn't a complete waste of time kind of bricked. And also the morning sickness, if you can even call it that. More like the all the time I'm going to throw up at all moments sickness. Bad enough to be taking heavy anti-nausea medication and still throwing up sickness. So, yeah, it's just been hard to even, have the energy to do anything.
Was it this bad with your first one?
No, not at all. Not any sort of sickness whatsoever with my first until actually the end of my pregnancy. And it was only because, like, he'd jam his foot up into my stomach and it'd be like, oh, okay, I'm going to puke.
Have you had the kid grab your rib yet?
No, I actually am missing a couple ribs, so I think I'll be all right. They had to remove a couple. Yeah, they had to remove a couple when I had my spinal fusion.
That's creepy.
So.
You're
yeah, it's weird. There's like this weird empty space that you can push on, and it's like, yeah, this is actually a void. It's empty.
Irate Bears in the chat. A baby shower is when you throw basically a little party for the mother-to-be. And since we're on YouTube, we can't really like send gifts or that easy. So there's a registry. Normally you would, if you were doing this at home, you would send the registry out like a month beforehand, and then everybody meets up with whatever was on the registry or gift cards or whatever, and you make the mommy feel all special. So this is a YouTube version of that by inviting YouTubers on with the registry below going, yay, we love you.
I see. Shannon, you're all special.
Yes.
Yeah. she's breeding future.
Well, I can give her a little gift right here if she doesn't mind. Let's see if I can.
Oh Lordy!
Just better not have anything left on that registry by the time we finish. Oh, hello.
Ooh,
I'm
you
sure,
brought
I'm
out
sure
the big guns.
Ooh.
Say something.
Yeah.
Oh snap!
Okay, that's my gift to you.
Awesome. No, to clarify, Liz, I'm not breeding future shitlords. This is the last one. Because it was funny.
At least one future shitlord.
One, yes. The last one I'm bringing into the world. It was funny. I went to my doctor yesterday, and kind of we've been, going through. Okay, here's the contingency plans. Here's what we're doing, and he's like, "So we're not, you're not getting your tubes tied when we're doing the C-section, are you?" And I was like, "Oh hell no, scorch the earth, salt it. We are done.
Well, apparently Jeff Holiday is passed out drunk right now, and Memory will jump on in a bit. She's got to let her kid run around.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
fair enough.
Oh my god. So I'm going to change the name to this to Guest Memory and Mems Holiday.
Men's
Jeff,
holiday.
She's gonna let the child. She's gonna let the child run around until it tires itself out. Yeah, that's gonna be a while.
I'm sorry for
Oh,
anybody
Lord.
who came here for Jeff. Everybody gets to yell at Jeff. Jeff, what did you do? You know what? Actually, I think I know what's going on. He had a whole bunch of dental surgery, so he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But
So-
also, he jumped on a
Teeth
stream.
ripped.
Well, he was on a stream with someone else earlier, so I'm guessing he was drinking on that as well.
I would not be surprised. Is all I'm gonna say.
I should guilt him and see if he'll like buy some baby socks or something.
There you go. I'm at least true to my advertising and removing the word Jeff Holiday from the thing. And it's so yeah. Hopefully she'll be able to jump in soon. We're gonna be streaming for a little while because
Reading Ren is asking to come in if you want to give her the link.
Who?
Reading Ren.
Ah, yes, we've got another one there. Let me go here.
She was nice enough to do a guest video for me when I was in the throes of my early pregnancy.
Oh, God,
Which I didn't even know. I didn't even take a pregnancy test until I was like 10 weeks almost. Okay.
Oh,
But
God, so you didn't even know because you were really sick and you kept ending up like throwing up.
I was really, really sick. They thought like I don't know if anyone remembers all this, but I was having all these issues and people were saying like they thought that I was lactose intolerant and stuff like that. And I had actually gone to the hospital because of the nausea and not being able to keep anything down. And I took a pregnancy test there. It was too early to even show up. You know, they didn't do a blood test. They just did a, pee test. And so I guess it was just too early. And okay, cool. But that shows how strong the pregnancy was already that,
He was holding on. Is it a boy?
It is a boy, yes.
Yeah, okay, I remember. I had a brain fart. I'm like, it's human.
We hope.
We're pretty sure about that.
If it comes out looking like a lobster or something, I'm gonna laugh. It's not a human, no. So one of the things we get to do here is we get to tell really embarrassing, because most of us have all had children of some sort. We get to tell either really embarrassing stories of our pregnancies or really embarrassing stories about our children. And my children.
Well, I didn't have children, but I was around when the children were being conceived. Man. I know y'all go through the hell 9 months by growing a child, but I was around when, she was having those mood swings, and oh my God, man. Happy, another second she was sad, another second she was like, if you don't get out of my face, I'm gonna kill you.
Tried to make a cuck joke there and it fell flat. I have to go take an allergy pill. I'm like itching all over in my face and I'm trying not to like keep fidgeting it. Oh, Ren's here. Say hi, Ren. I'll be right back. I gotta
Ren.
Hello. Sorry,
Ren.
I was getting a 403 error for a while.
Yeah, me too.
Google.
Nice starting. All right, chat. I bought the first thing from the gift registry. Now you all go and do the same.
Oh no, I gotta go look. Tim, what the hell? I told you not to do anything.
Yeah, well,
You told him not to.
Yeah,
Did it anyway.
Tell Tim not to do something nice for you. You should see how that works out for you.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Okay, it says
He's so
2
bossy.
things have been purchased.
Well, that's great.
But I only see one thing. I'm confused.
Well, there were 2.
Amazon.
Mhm.
It's the little bodysuits.
Aw.
You know what? We should give the Liz. You can
Show a picture.
throw up on. Yeah.
What am I doing?
The registry, you can show things that have like been bought as they're bought or something, and that'd be cute.
Can I? Is it actually gonna let me do that? Okay, let me go to the. Let me go to your thingy-madooey.
Thank you, Tim.
Very welcome, Shannon.
Let me see.
Yay! It's the ones that say "daddy" and "mommy" and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you don't find very many
hard.
of those.
I know it's hard to find daddy things.
Well, you can like for boys, like "Daddy's Little Man" or something like that, but you can't find very many daddy ones at all. It's all mommy, everything.
There's the other thing.
Because that's just sexist.
It's a little romper that it says "Baby Bandits." It's a little. It's like a little pirate thing.
Aww.
Okay,
it's so cute.
This is the one that you just got?
Arr.
Is that the one?
Yes.
All right. Yay! Yeah. Spoiling the potato on her baby belly.
Yep.
Is there anything else that got gotten?
Yeah, a little like it's a little black like jumpsuit thing.
Black jumpsuit. Let's go. Oh, is it
with
the
skull and crossbones?
Yeah.
On it.
Oh, how fitting! That is so adorable.
Oh, not that. That one didn't get bought.
That was not it. It's,
not yet.
It's
what is up with you people in skulls?
Duh.
Don't touch me.
You met us?
It's pure Kekistani skull shape. It has great vet meaning.
Things here. How dare you get your boy blue stuff? Like that's so like. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's the mustache set. That's so
newborn
cute.
baby kids pirate skull. Nope, not that one.
Not that one.
It should be like right under that, but it's not.
There it is.
What the hell?
Is that it?
Nope.
Hang on.
Look at all these skulls. It's so hard.
Hang on. Let me see what it was I bought. I have a name for the damn thing.
Listen to
Okay. I can tell you what it's called.
I'm just an idiot and can't think. I don't know.
Oh, it's not showing up on there.
Maybe it's not showing up on there. Sometimes
maybe because
it's showing up because it's already been purchased. That's probably why.
That's a possibility.
I just haven't refreshed it enough to register the other one. As it's not showing up now because it's gone.
Yeah.
But I don't know why the other one's showing up. I don't know, Amazon. You're weird.
I can send you a direct link to it if you want to. I'll throw it in the.
If you want to, just throw it in the side.
In the Twitter chat.
Or in the Twitters or the side chatties or wherever you gotta send it.
Yeah.
Now I'm really sad I didn't buy the baby tuxedo. Someone else go and buy the baby tuxedo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or the R2-D2 bathing suit.
Yeah. Someone still needs to buy Base Mama's youngest the frog bathing suit full thing, so he can wear a frog as our little emperor.
That is true.
Yes, he's
Chatelet.
Chatelet, my dudes. Chatelet.
And teach him how to go read.
Yes.
He already knows how to do that.
You teach your baby love Chatelet is so cute.
Oh my God, I'm so tired of that song. Like, I can't even tell you how much I hate it, and I hate it with all that is in me. I hate that song. But he loves it.
Oh, good. So you should get him the little frog bathing suit and then have him sing the song.
Why did
he videotape it?
It just said
I
right
should
now.
have.
But now the onesie shows up. I don't know why Amazon,
little black
get your
one?
shit together. Yeah, Amazon, get your shit together. There it is. There's what we've already gotten for the little baby bumpkin. He's so cute.
There we go.
He's so cute. Why didn't I get cool? So I had girls, so everybody got me like everything pink, And I'm like, okay, that's cute. No.
Just start producing another one, Liz, and I'll buy the baby a pirate onesie.
Not unless you want me to die.
I don't particularly want you to die. I'm just saying,
No children for me. I'm at the point now where my body is ripping and tearing, and that kind of weight on my insides would kind of rip me in half.
Well, okay, then I'll buy you a baby onesie then.
You are a pervert. I am not an adult baby. Oh, Shannon, you've been off the grid for a while. There's this one YouTubers out there. They're called Very Nearly Viral. They take the piss out of everything. It's this gay guy and this really burly guy living in an apartment together. And
so the Warskis?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
And
I had to. I'm sorry.
They take the piss out of adult babies, and it's so cringy. One of the guys decides that he's going to be an adult baby now.
Did you ever see Medicars?
Oh, yeah. That's just brilliant. The way that he speaks, I could listen to Mr. Medicare all day long. Like,
oh my God, I know you could listen to the man read the phone book, and it'd be satisfying.
In more ways than one.
Oh, now it's not telling me what got bought. The fuck.
Well, sometimes Amazon's like that, where it won't necessarily show you for a while. It's annoying.
Yeah, Amazon's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess if people buy stuff, like, let us know in the chat if you did or not, because I don't know what it's doing.
We got a $2 super chat from Eye of Skepticism. Says, I walk in and I hear a fetish. Lizz stream for you. Yeah, that's a Lizz stream for you. By the way, half of all super chat, I have to pull up a notepad so I can actually keep track of this. As soon as I get the money in from the Yahoos and the Googles, I will be sending directly to Shannon, as it's her day and I'm doing
this. You don't have to do that. Good Lord.
Why not? It says so in the bottom, so you get $1 so far. So yes, thanks.
Okay. Well, thank you.
I'm not allowed to spoil you. When you were more active, you helped out so many people, and when you give back, all the way from popping out this little turd monkey, you have always been a very
turd monkey might stick. Lizz, I think you may have just come up with a good one there. I think turd monkey might stick.
Turd monkey? Turd monkey.
Yeah, I like it.
Good pet name.
Not unless somebody else comes up with a better one. But yeah,
I'm not. My first son, I used to just call. I started calling him Bubba, and then it kind of just went from there to Bubble Butt, and I still call him that, and he hates it because he's 8 now.
I still call my 8-year-old Peanut, and he hates it.
I was nice, and I've got Killer, which is the first one, and Kiddo is the second one, and then the first one is Pumpkin, and the second one is Peanut. Oh, and now I've Skepticism does it again for another $2. Who am I to judge? I'm into eyes, lasers, and stars. If that's your fetish, but that's your thing, go for it.
Neat.
How do you do that in the bed?
I don't know.
I'm now very curious. Oh my goodness. So, embarrassing baby story time, or pregnancy story time. We all get to tell one really horrible one. Who wants to go first? Either an embarrassing story about the pregnancy or an embarrassing story about your child. Because we got to get them back for this shit.
Okay. I got one. Unless you want to go first, Fred.
I'll go second.
Okay, so mine involves a diaper blowout, a tarp, and a cemetery.
I want to hear this.
Okay, so my father passed away. Sadly, I'm okay now, but he passed away in 2010, and his best friend, who was like an uncle to me, was not able to be in town when he passed, so he wasn't able to make it to the funeral and all of that. And so when my son was about 18 months old, and yes, I know everyone hates the months thing, but it's okay up until they're 2 to do the months. But when my son was about 18 months old, his friend came into town, so we were like, okay, well, why don't we go to the cemetery? I'll show you where he's buried and everything. And so we meet up with a family friend of mine who's, like another grandma to my son, who's also friends with this guy. And my now husband, at the time boyfriend, and my son and this guy all go to the cemetery. And as we are getting out of the cars and everything, my son decides to shit straight out of his diaper, down his pant legs, and into his shoes. So we're standing here in this cemetery. Well, I'm not standing, but we're trying to figure out what the hell we are going to do, because I had already put on his extra pair of clothes that were in the diaper bag that I usually carried, but I forgot to replenish them.
Oh.
From earlier that week. So we're scrambling. My family friend, who's a woman, she pulls up in her pickup truck, and we're like freaking out. I don't know what to do. She pulls out this big tarp, and she's like, okay, just set him on this for now. So we got him on a big blue tarp, and her and my dad's friend go off and try to find water of some kind from somewhere. And so they go, and there's a building, there's an office for the cemetery, but it's closed because it's, I don't know, it's the weekend, it's after hours, whatever. But they find a spigot on the building that is supposed to get, it's for the hose for outside. And so they pilfer water from that using empty water bottles from this lady's truck. And we start trying to clean him up as best we can with all of that. Luckily, we found some other clothes in the car, put those on him. He had no shoes. And we just tried to go on. We threw away the clothes because,
just got to burn them and hope for the best. By the way, real quick, I Have Skepticism did it again for another $2. Laser pointer at the spot you like the most. Thanks for explaining that weird fetish.
Interesting. My cats are like that.
Yeah, and cats love laser pointers.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they go nuts.
My goodness.
But, yeah, so we ended up with a very smelly kid going and finding a grave, trying to pay our respects as respectfully as possible while all the time giggling all the way, which, if you knew my dad, I feel like he probably had a hand in it, because he would want us giggling about poop instead.
It's so sad and so funny at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So, Ren, now that we've heard that very shitty situation, it's your turn for a really embarrassing child or pregnancy story.
All right. This was around the time my oldest, my now 8, almost 9-year-old, he started to talk. Well, he had a bit of a speech impediment where juice would not come out as juice. He'd say juice. So one day we're in the grocery store, and we walked past the juice aisle, and the first thing he starts doing, in sort of maybe seemed louder to me, but he was being quite loud, he was just pointing at the aisle going, Jews, 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 in the middle of the grocery store while we're trying to shop.
Oh, maybe he was trying to warn you.
I don't know. All I know is without going, oh dear God, no one think that don't think that anything about our kid. Don't think anything about our kid. Just keep going.
Oh my
now
God.
you need to start worrying when he starts talking about the final solution.
Yeah, that's when you worry.
We got $2 from a Citron. Congrats, Lib. Can't wait for your return.
Oh man,
I'm not
take
quite
that kid
gone,
to California.
She's not completely disappeared. She just has to take a lot of downtime, if I'm getting that correctly.
Yeah, and seriously, once I have my laptop working again, I will be around much more. So
Also, Juice did 9/11.
Juice.
Juice did 9/11.
And this is the same.
OJ?
This is the same kid who asked if we could return his sister for a brother. So this.
Fair enough.
Oh my. Oh God, Base Mama, do you have a really embarrassing story for either pregnancy or
I
kid?
do, but it's more of a family story. It's not my kids. It's actually my aunt. She was about 3 years old when my mom went to have my oldest brother, and she was there in the maternity ward, and she's walking around, looking in the nursery and seeing all the babies and stuff. So, my mom's like heaving and laboring. So my aunt, little 3-year-old aunt, goes running up to her and she's like, listen to me. You have to get a happy one. They make sad babies here. You have to get a happy one. And she was like really, really frantic because she thought that if your baby cried, that the moms would just leave them there because they cried too much. So she's like, get a happy one so you can bring it home.
Oh my God, how awkward.
I actually just had a conversation about similar with my husband because we were talking about, how babies are cute. And I was telling him, that babies evolutionarily are cute, so we don't abandon the little annoying motherfuckers. Because
yeah, exactly.
God, all
like,
they
find
scream
all
and
babies cute, but it's like this instinctive. We see anything that looks like a baby, including a cat. That's why cats have lived a lot with human beings because their eyes are in the front of their head.
Yep.
So
and
we
they're
see
big.
anything that was. Yeah, big eyes will make women fall in love with you. It's
basically any mammal, newborn in the end.
Yeah.
It's just how the monkey species works. Almost all monkeys will do that. If a monkey can make that relativity, monkeys or Homo sapiens or anything like that, and it's just like the weirdest thing. So, who's next on the list?
Well, we
Pat.
can go with me. Yeah.
Oh,
Pat,
you got one?
I got one. It's
okay.
My
go
kid,
for it.
because it's mostly myself, but I don't have a problem putting myself out there. So again,
put it away, Tim.
I was basically just starting to talk as well, and my mom was pregnant with my little sister, and we were being at some restaurant. And the waiter decided to, so you're pregnant and so on. So he asked me, so what is it? Well, it's my little sister in there. And okay. And he turned around and walked away. So I jumped out of my chair, ran after him, shook him and said, so it's my little sister. So she doesn't have a penis. Apparently I felt it was very important that he knew that was the case in the middle of a fairly crowded restaurant.
Oh my God.
I can't remember how the rest of it goes, but my mom basically told me that they left very, very quickly.
Yeah.
I have a couple stories like that, actually. Not about me, but my sister and my cousin.
That sounds dirty.
Yeah, I was about the same as a kid, only I tried selling my little brother at a garage sale once. My mom didn't allow it.
Darn it. They could have made a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
Embarrassing story for me is the day that my morning sickness finally let go with the first kid. I had not been able to be around meat cooking or the smell of meat for like 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
And it's actually getting on to the 6th month of pregnancy, and it had been coming and going, and I stopped pretty much barfing, right? Which is really strange for me to do, considering I'm missing the gag reflex that causes you to gag and yarf. I won't talk about too much about that, because that'll just make any pregnant woman not like it. So I get invited to go to a barbecue, and I'm finally feeling like I have enough energy, and I've been working throughout my entire pregnancy at a pizza place, so this has been hell for me. Absolute hell. And
Whoa, someone brought a diaper genie.
Oh, you got a diaper genie?
Yeah.
Let me pull that up.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Diaper genie, where is it? Needless to say, I think that I'm finally well enough to go and actually go to a barbecue and be around meat, because I've been around it a little bit here and there. But for some weird ass reason, there it is. Those are the packs for the diaper genie. Where is the actual diaper genie? Those are the refills. Where's the
It might
diaper
have taken off.
Okay, well, we'll
Because
just
it
at
was
least show
dark.
what the refills are. Screen share. This thing, which diaper genies are great. They save the smell from having to be there, and they're really easy to clean, and you throw your diaper in there, and you don't have to freaking deal with, like, a garbage can, especially if you own a pet that likes to get into the damn trash.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's hell. And so I go to the grocery store to buy some chicken, right? And as I am there, for some reason, the chicken packet leaked on me just a little bit on my hands. And for some reason, that fucked with me mentally, and I could smell it. Like, I could smell anything when I was pregnant. It was horrible. I was no psychosomatic at this point, right? And so
Not
I
necessarily.
proceeded to go, well, I might have been able to smell it, but I thought I could smell it.
No,
I could
well,
smell the
you're.
chicken.
It's been proven your sense of smell goes up insanely when you're pregnant.
Oh, yeah. When I was pregnant, hot dogs had a smell.
Oops, space.
I can. Yeah, I guess her kid was running around making lots of noise, so she backed out.
Well,
But
if you
that
get
happens.
a chance, please jump in whenever you can. So what happens is that as I'm
she might be back.
trying to check out of the store, I realize that I'm gonna hurl, right? So I immediately check out, and I get halfway to through the parking lot, and I proceed to spackle the parking lot in front of me, get to my car, and I'm like holding onto the side. I'm just losing my lunch everywhere. And I get into the car, and I sit down, and people are coming up to me going, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm generally a really thin woman, so until I leaned back and showed them the baby bump, and I'm like, "I'm just pregnant. It's okay, just pregnant." And some lady runs in she had just gotten out of a McDonald's, and she had a fresh cup of iced tea, even though you're not supposed to have caffeine too much. It was like a little cup of it. And she goes, here, you need some fluids. And she gave me that. And all of a sudden, from that point on, if I drank iced tea, it would cure any nausea I had. And that was the last time I got really sick. It provided a cure, which was to sip a little bit of cold iced tea, and it was done. I ended up going to that party, having a great time, having a burping contest, and I didn't get sick again like that the entire pregnancy. There's nothing more embarrassing than projectile hurling across a freaking Winn-Dixie parking lot. Oh, it was horrible. And Donald Hump goes $2. Liz is thick, confirmed, as there's Liz dick jokes going around. Thank you so much. And he does $2. Thank you so much. Oh my god, I hate it. My life is hell. The tranny and the dick jokes just never end.
Before I found out I was pregnant, to a party. It was for Halloween this past year. And I had a drink at the bar, and because obviously I didn't know I was pregnant yet, but I've never been a drinker anyway, so I would, if I ever did go out, I would only have like a drink.
Yeah.
And so we left this party, and me and my husband are in the car, and I'm like, oh god, I want to eat something. I'm starving. I'm dying. So we decided to go through Taco Bell. And we're going through the drive-thru, and as we're waiting to get up to the window to get our food, all of a sudden this horrible headache comes on, and it's like so bad that you can see white light, one of those.
Oh yeah.
And it just came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm gonna puke. And I had to, in the drive-thru, throw open my door, throw up out the side of the car, and then I was fine. And I was like, okay, let's go eat Taco Bell. It was
amazing how quick sometimes it would come and go. And
yeah. What sucks
is
is that moment where it's like,
grow up. You need so badly to have nutrients. The human body is so weird. And I have skepticism. Does $2 to say have a happy, healthy baby, raise it to be an overlord.
Yeah, though I can.
I'm sure he will be.
Shannon, I can understand the morning sickness. With my first child, I got so sick at one point. I actually threw up so much I ended up in the hospital for dehydration.
Yep. I ended up there too, but we didn't know I was pregnant yet. So, but yeah, I've been so sick this whole pregnancy. I've actually lost 12 pounds.
Oh, did you have nurses freak out on you?
No, because they're like, well, you know, he's growing fine, so it's okay. And they're like, can you just like eat small meals throughout the day? It's like, no, I'm throwing up all the time. Sorry. I eat when I can.
Yeah, I lived with like a box of crackers by the bed. Like I had to be so careful. Oh
yeah, all I wanted this whole pregnancy is cheese and meat.
You're so lucky. I could not eat meat for so long. I was almost a vegetarian. It was so weird. My body wouldn't let me eat meat. Was, like,
the baby's vegan.
Yeah. Well, the kids came out and like their favorite food is chicken. And like I could eat for some weird reason. The only way I could eat meat was KFC chicken nuggets. They're little nugget poppers dipped in their gravy. I craved their
the little
gravy.
popcorn
chicken.
Little popcorn chicken.
So I looked up what was in their gravy, and it's like got a lot of protein and fats and shit. So I basically drank gravy in order to keep any sort of weight on me. You eat whatever you can. That's for sure. That's absolutely for sure.
Oh yeah.
That's one thing that always tripped me out was the cravings that y'all get when y'all pregnant. Like I'm just like shrimp and ice cream. That was one of the weirdest things I ever seen. You know, my girlfriend.
I never had the like weird combo.
I never had the weird combo. I would just want to eat the same thing, and if I ate anything differently, I would get sick.
Yeah, I was about the same. Igor had to go to Wendy's at 2 a.m. every morning because that was when I wanted to eat. Was 2 a.m. for Wendy's.
Dark Art just does another $2 and says, hi, Liz and other mommies, because apparently your boy Pat is now a mommy.
Yes.
Pat.
I am.
So's Tim. So there you go.
Look.
Welcome to the club, boys.
They figured it out. Yes, I'm a trans man.
Exactly. Being trans nowadays is it's so hot right now.
It is, truly. It's the hip thing.
Hey, if Justin can do it, so can I.
Exactly.
Does any other people have any other embarrassing stories they would like to tell? I'm sure we got so many.
I've got a couple.
Really get to do this because people get kind of tired of mothers talking on streams about really embarrassing stories about their kids. So this is the time that we can let it all out.
Oh my God, I have the best story about my sister. Holy shit,
Okay.
It's so funny. Okay. In every generation on my mom's side of the family, like inexplicably, there's just this blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid, right? Just randomly. Because everybody else has brown hair and brown eyes and stuff like that. So she was at the fair.
So, milkman.
Yeah, you have one milkman baby. And so we were all at the fair, and we owned a farm, so my mom was running like a petting zoo. And she got into a fight with my brother because he had all the tickets for food and he wouldn't give her the tickets. So she got really pissed. So she went up to the fair security and told them this very elaborate story about how she had been kidnapped from her real parents and that these people were holding her hostage. So when the cop, thought this was, some kid being a pain in the ass. So he walks over there and she looks absolutely nothing like the rest of us. So he believed her.
Oh no.
And my mom had a really good time trying to explain that, yeah, she was indeed her mother and she was so getting her ass beat when she got home.
Oh my God. Who here has had a kid throw a tantrum at a Walmart or something like that so badly that you get the cops called on you?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Not that
I have never had that happen.
No, I've never had.
Okay,
No, but I do have a Walmart. Oh, go ahead.
7 months pregnant. I am told by the doctors, due to my condition, do not lift your child anymore. We're sorry. You should not pick this kid up unless it's an emergency. So she goes on the quarter machine, the Cat in the Hat ride that goes do 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 do. It has music and she's happy. And I tell her, look, we got to go. The ride's over. I'm like, come on, your dad's got the groceries in the car. I was still married to my ex. I'm like, let's go. And she proceeds to hold on to it for dear life. And I'm like, let's go. She starts to scream. I then have her dragging her by the arm, and she sits down in the middle of the road while we're trying to get to where the cars are parked and plants her ass. So I have to pick my kid up by her arm, and I can't pick her up any more than that. The baby is huge. Mia was gigantic, all right? And so and I have to scoot her onto the grass with my foot at the median. And come on. So somebody called the cops and said I was kicking my kid.
Oh, wow.
Another time she did that, she did it again. And this is, she starts to throw a tantrum, and I'm pregnant again. She does this the next following fucking month. And I have skepticism, does it again for another $2. I once had the cops called to try to find me at the mall. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh, God damn. So, that's horrible. So my husband picks up the kid, and she's just wailing, right? And he marches her out way ahead of me. I'm like, this time I'm not touching the kid. I am not having the cops called on me again. So somebody calls the security and the cops saying that he was kidnapping the kid. Like, somebody literally thought that this kid was crying so badly. Off. What?
The little tuxedo onesie.
Oh,
tuxedo
cool.
onesie.
Nice.
Yay!
Yeah.
Hey.
And I'm trying to see who's said it.
The skepticism.
Yeah. Shannon, I know what's wrong with the ones I bought. There are some issues with my billing address. I'll get it sorted out, so you'll get it back on a bit later.
I have skepticism.
No
thing gives me an idea. It reminds me of a thing with my brother, actually.
What do you do?
My brother, we lived in Chicago, a suburb of Chicago. And so me and my whole family, there's me and 4 other kids. We went to the Air and Water Show. Now, if anyone's been in Chicago or been to the Air and Water Show, it is packed. Like, there's thousands of people at this event. And my little brother was sitting on the back of one of those coolers that has wheels in the handle. So he decides that he's going to hop off the cooler and wander off into this massive crowd as we're leaving.
Oh, no.
Mind you, at this point, there's 4 kids. So, 3 or 4 kids. So at this point, my mom has her hands full with keeping track of the other ones. She finally looked back and went, "Where's the youngest?" And he was gone. They had to call security and cops. They found him at an Italian ice stand where he was just sitting there like nothing was wrong, eating an icy.
Oh my God.
Well, kid knows what he wants, obviously.
There's nothing like having a kid ninja.
That reminds me of happening. Something similar happened to me. And if anyone knows my obsession with bunnies, they'll understand why. But I had to have been like 7 or 8. And we went to a festival that we have here in Ohio. And it's around Halloween every year. And it's called the Confetti Festival, where they give you a bag of confetti. And it's just, like hole punch paper, that's just different circular paper. And they give you this bag of confetti, and you just throw it all over people and each other. And I guess someone threw confetti at my sister, and it hit her in the eye. And so, they're freaking out. I didn't realize this had happened, and I just kept walking. And, they couldn't find me for a long time. And it turns out I was looking at bunnies.
At least you were predictable.
Yeah. That was before I had my first bunny, so I have a feeling my mom would have been okay and gotten me one of the bunnies, because that's what I was really pushing for if I hadn't wandered off by myself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pat, you gotta have some stories, man.
I feel like a terrible mom because I tell my kids not to wander off in the store because I got 6 of them. They ain't that special to me, and they will always stay right next to me.
Yeah, I should have used that one.
See, I
do got a story. Matter of fact,
go Pat.
No, I was just saying I do got a story. Matter of fact, Ren's juice story reminds me of my child, my firstborn. Like she was about 5 years old. Like I said, we went to Walmart, gathering groceries and all that right there. And we go to the cereal aisle. Now, there's a woman, she has a child as well, in the cereal aisles. We're coming along. Okay, she's wearing leggings. Okay, leggings can be very sheer, right?
Yes.
So this woman bends down to reach over. This woman bent down and reach over for something, and sure as hell, they're sheer and you can see like everything. And kids say the darndest thing. Here's my daughter like, "Ooh, Dad, you can see that woman's booty," and I'm like, I'm just covering her mouth. The lady turns around. You can tell she's embarrassed, but she just starts laughing. I'm just like, child, they say the. I'm like, child, you finna get us.
Oh God. Okay, I have one. My aunt was on with my cousin, and there was a lady on the bus breastfeeding, right? And obviously my family's white, and this lady was black, and my cousin, who had to be about 3 years old, very loudly asks not just her mother but the entire bus, "Mommy, does she give out chocolate milk?"
Oh my God.
Like when my sister first really got a good look at a black man for the first time, she went up to my mom and very loudly said, "Look, Mommy, that man's blue." Blue.
Oh, no.
Mike?
Man, he must have been really.
Winston Churchill in the chat says, "I once had to babysit my nephew, and when I went to the house, Christ Hansen showed up and said, 'Take a seat right over
there.'"
Oh, that's horrible.
When my cousin was about...
Clothes. I had a kid hiding in a bunch of clothes racks. No, I was looking for her. I could not find her. And she just liked to fuck with me while I was pregnant. I swear to God. We had code Adam in a Walmart happen because we could not find her, and she was laughing, and we could hear her, but we couldn't find her. When I finally realized that she was busting out laughing, we're like, okay, she's somewhere in here. And you
don't see those big circular clothing racks anymore. I feel like that's probably why.
Yeah, though, how many people have had their kids grope someone else just because they know they can get away with it?
Grope?
Actually, grope?
No, what happened?
I've heard about it.
My oldest had a thing for grabbing women's asses. And would do it when he was 2, knowing he could get away with it. And I don't think it was an accident. I know this kid knew he can get away with it.
When mine was younger than that, I really don't think he knew what he was doing, but he just did it a lot. He would stick his hands down women's shirts.
No, that kid knew. That kid knew. They just look at you like, "I'm innocent. This is cute."
Yeah. When my when my cousin was 2 or 3, he was at the swimming pool the public pool with my aunt. My aunt isn't particularly busty, and she never wore a bra. So my cousin basically for the first time, he was in the ladies' dressing room. For the first time, he actually saw a woman putting on a bra. So he went over, poked at her, and basically asked, "Hey, miss, why are you putting your boobies in a cage?"
Tim, the first free the nipple advocate, man.
When my kid was 3 months old, she actually had her first word, which was hungry. And that's really creepy to have a 3-month-old reaching for your shirt, trying to rip your blouse off, saying the word hungry, hungry, hungry. And I went, oh, okay, here you go. So this baby discovered that the milk jugs were there, and I breastfed her for 4 months solidly. Like, that was her diet. I took really good care of myself because I wanted to do it. I wanted to do the solely breastfeed thing for a little while and then taper her off and put her on solids and other things, right? And I did it, and I had a rack, and if you can imagine me with one. But the problem is that if somebody else with boobs held her, she just would try to rip their damn shirt off. And I'd be like, just give me that. Excuse me, now hold it. You know, like, I had to feed this thing constantly. And I was exhausted from it. And that's why I had to eventually stop, you know, because it was like about 4 months. I was starting to lose too much weight.
I know I'm screwed because they're already
sucking you dry.
Oh, God.
Literally.
They got ridiculous last time. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did last time for a while, for 6 months. No, you're done.
Yeah.
we're not doing this.
Wild Tanaku says $2. Hope everything goes well with Shannon.
Tanuki!
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. They know everybody I talk to, so they'll see like Tim and go, "Hi, Tim!" And stop. See, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Beautiful.
It's always nice to be loved.
I'm sorry.
He said he's sorry. He
No,
apologizes.
Thank you.
Okay, keep it down because they're trying to have a conversation. Okay, thank you. Sorry, guys.
What is
Okay, I have.
what is the worst thing your kids have ever said in public?
Oh.
Oh, I can tell you right now, the worst thing my son ever said: "Get wrecked, bitch."
Oh,
I can top that. My oldest just said to his friend while playing Roblox with him, "Oh, suck my dick." It's like, no.
I had to have a conversation
No, please don't do
with my
that.
kids on why they should not say the words "you suck" the other day while playing video games. And I'm like, you shouldn't use that phrase. You should say "you stink." And they're like, why? And I'm like, because "you suck" is a derogatory term meaning something else. And they go, what? And I went, Sally, look it up on your phone. It means fellatio. Mia, just use the words "you stink" or "you bite" or something like that. Don't use "you suck." And so Sally then looks up on her phone what the word fellatio means. She goes, "You mean oral sex? It means suck a dick?" And I'm like, I was trying to sugarcoat it, dear.
Okay, I've got one. I've got one.
Trying to, if they're gonna be on the Xbox and they're gonna be, I'm gonna get you over to wrecked. I want them to at least not use sexual derogatory terms. Yeah. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
Next one, go.
We were going to vacation to see my husband's grandparents out in Phoenix, Arizona. Not this last summer. We did again this last summer, but a few years ago. So my son was, 3 or 4. And he knew we were going to Phoenix, but he couldn't quite say it. And he was all upset because we were getting in the car, wanting to do it because we drove out to Phoenix that time. And he didn't want to do another day in the car because it was a 3-day drive pretty much because we stopped, to sleep and everything so he wouldn't have to be in the car for so long. And so he's upset. And I'm like, what's wrong, Bubba? And he just goes, I don't want to go to Penis.
My mother tells this story way too often to strangers, anybody that she can. I had been hanging out with my cousin, and cousins, our boy, he's okay, and my cousin was really close to my age, and he, we learned that there are different body parts, right? And so I go to take a shower one day, and my mom comes in going, "What's taking you so long?" And I'm covered in soap on the waist down, and I'm like, "I'm just cleaning my penis." She goes, you don't have a penis, you have a vagina, and you don't want to get that much soap in there, you're going to get an infection. Because apparently I had taken like a giant glob of shampoo because we had been learning in like this little activity book thingy from like a kids group thing about personal health. Like you should wash yourself properly. You know, it's a very PC fucking like not PC for our time, you know, like actual like proper book to help kids understand that you should brush your teeth 2 times to 3 times a day and you should wash your whole body, including, you know, your area, you know. And it was very cute and it was an adorable little book, but I got the body parts mixed up. And so, no, guys, stop saying I have a dick. Why did I tell that story?
I don't know.
Oh my god, you're gonna be quote mined forever.
I have already been quote mined so bad. It never ends. You should have seen the Photoshop job they did to me.
Liz, I just quoted you, and my husband, who is playing a game right now with his headphones on, just turns around with this look on his face like, the fuck? What?
Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing right there. When you have like a 3-year-old child, when you're playing certain games, you know, like kids become parents. Like my little 3-year-old son, you know, like he games with me now. He's older. Now I was playing Saints Row at the time. And, you know, when you're playing Saints Row, it's a very violent game, and when they shooting like each other, they say a lot of quotes, you know. And I was playing a female, and she had a quote that says like, "You fucking stupid." So my son heard that and mimicked the whole entire thing, and I'm like, okay, game over. Cause my girlfriend looked at me like, "You don't turn that game off, I'm gonna kick your ass."
Oh my god. I have had my kids. Okay, I was doing the dishes. I was joking around with my husband, and I'm like, "The fuck you say to him," right? You know. And my daughter comes and goes, "You shouldn't have that kind of language in front of me," and I'm like, "Fuck off, kid." I actually said that. I'm like, "No, fuck off, kid. You're just not allowed to repeat what I say. I'm your mother. Don't tell me what to do."
I hate when they do that.
She actually said, "What is it? Like,
I
why
don't know,
is
like
I say not as I do?" And I went, "Because when you pop out kids and you raise them, you get to earn this badge called mom. And it makes me be allowed to still be a stupid juvenile kid whenever I feel like it." Because I'm the one that buys you candy. And she goes, "Good point." "Where's my candy?" I'm like, "Go get $1 on my purse and ride your bike to the store. Get the hell out of my hair."
You know what's weird? My parents were really, really anti-swears, but they would swear all the time. But, like, I don't know, when we were kids, like, we knew not to say it. Like, you don't say the grown-up words. The grown-up words are for the grown-up people. And I kind of, like, continued that with my kids. I just say, those are words that grown-ups use. And that way, like, it's not super shocking, because my nephew, when he was about 3.5, he would just say, "Damn it, bitch," all the time. And like nobody knew where he got it from, because my family's like super Mormon, so they don't swear or anything ever. Like saying BS is like riding the line of profanity there. So he's like screeching this all the time. My sister would freak out every time, and I'm like, you have to demystify that, or he's just gonna keep doing it because he thinks it's hilarious when you freak out. And he did, because he's a shithead. But he still is. But he's awesome.
You have to make that word no longer something that is fun for him to do. My kids really try to behave, and they are actually really genuinely good kids. Like, I have never met kids this nice before. Like, even with my kid being like puberty queen, she is still nice to me, and it's amazing. And I'm so proud of her for, you know, like, I can tell when she's having an emotional day, and she is just really still nice to at least me. She'll rant about the rest of the world, but she's still really nice to me. And back when I was doing shit poster of the week, and now I'm having problems doing it again because Twitter sucks and is hiding all the shit posts. I'm removing it to mine as soon as I get a little bit more free time. And so I was showing her, how I made the video, and I was starting to just now getting like shouted out by a couple of people. And I'm like, look, kid, I broke 1,000 views on this video. I'm making it. I'm gonna make it. It's just gonna take a lot of work. And she goes, who got you on to do YouTube? And I went, you. Who helped you be the shit poster that you are? And I'm like, she's like, I'm so sorry. Poop poster. I'm like, kid, it was an accident. I say it around you enough that was a mistake, and I can see that. Now, if you were doing it maliciously, and I would get upset, but I see that you're embarrassed. It's okay. And she's like, oh, man. I'm not going to get in trouble, am I? And I'm like, you're not at your dad's. Chill out. Like, like, what the fuck? Oh.
It's because kids freak out. That my mom used to use us kids as a test to see if my dad had road rage, to see what we could repeat.
Where did you learn that from? You're not going to say your dad, though. You're like, no, I know better than that. I heard it at school.
No, my mom would flat out look to us if my dad looked like he had road rage. Just look to us when we were younger and go, what did Daddy say to the bad driver? And we'd repeat it, and she'd just look at him like, I thought I told you not to say that around these children.
Oh, kids do the darndest, weirdest shit. Oh, speaking of shit, I've got one more epic poop story.
Yay!
All right, so I personally had finally quit breastfeeding, which meant I was allowed to drink. Okay. I had a live-in nanny for a lot of it. She needed a place to stay, and I was working a lot off and on. Actually, I always had a job. It was really bad. And my ex didn't have that much of a job. But I really just needed an extra set of eyes around the house anyway, so it worked out. Like, you help me with the kid, you help me around the house. I will pay for your cell phone and give you a couple extra spending dollars. It was a great workout. But she leaves me a note, or she decides. Actually, no, I remember what happened. She decides to take the night off to go hang out with her boyfriend. Okay, baby goes to bed. Him and I have the house alone, and I'm like, I've stopped breastfeeding. We can drink. The baby's asleep. Let's just not get too hammer fucked. Well, that didn't go very well because. Entire bottle of fucking coconut rum, and so we're hungover as hell, right? And we oversleep by about 40 minutes, literally just 40 minutes or so, and the baby wasn't making that much noise. We hear a little fussing, or oh god, I'm hungover as hell, but just a few minutes past this alarm of this baby waking up, and she had a schedule of poop, like. This is what this kid did.
God.
And so I'm like, we gotta get up. We gotta go with my parents. I go in there. She had managed to escape out of her crib and paint the bedroom in shit in a matter of maybe a half an hour that she was awake. And she had fussed once. She had fussed once, said, fuck this shit, crawled out, shredded it, and proceeded to paint my husband throws up in the hallway. Now I've got all of this to clean up. And he couldn't be around, because every time he got near it, he would get sick. The babysitter comes back home from having a grand old night. She finds me sitting there with the baby wearing just a diaper at this point, playing in the living room, with the baby sort of on his lap, like, ugh, and I'm in there scrubbing. Thank God it was a fucking terrazzo hard floor, or I would have been in hell. Oh my God. We learned our lesson from that point on. The rule is one parent stays sort of sober. You can have a few drinks, but never like that again. Never made that mistake. We did not want to deal with
We had something similar happen.
What happened?
So, no alcohol was involved, actually. But, my son, he was our alarm clock, right? And one morning he just didn't make any noise, you know? So we wake up and we're like, wait, it's way too bright. You know, it's way too late in the morning, what the hell? And so go to check on my son, and he has gotten in his diaper, and he has proceeded to eat his shit.
Oh!
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
at least you
Yeah,
didn't have to get paint carpet.
Oh.
God. I mean, it was everywhere. He coated the inside of his little pack and play, and it was bad.
well,
I mean, we
You're
took
gonna
him and got him
keep-
checked out, and they said he's fine as long as he's not vomiting or running a fever. He's fine. And I'm like, but he ate shit.
Oh, God. That's...
he has a future as a politician, I suppose.
I used to have a neighbor's kid. The neighbor used to have a baby back in an apartment, and their door would open, and I could see their door, right? This lady was extremely irresponsible, mind you. And thank God I don't live near her anymore. And she would really piss me off because her child, you know, they had to put a safety lock on the door, but the sofa was pressed up next to the wall. Why the fuck didn't you figure this out? But she would go get extremely high and fall asleep for way too long. And I would wake up to this child in my kid's room destroying it. And one time she decided to get into my house when my kids weren't there. They were at their dad's, get into my apartment, take her diaper off and leave it in the kitchen and go back to her mom.
Oh my God.
Oh,
And I'm like, I started keeping extra trainer pants in the house because I had a 3-year-old. And so there was some extra trainer pants, and I would change her fucking baby from that point on if it came. I'd be like, your child is in my house again. Why?
Oh God,
she
I
must
feel
have
bad
woken
for that
up.
child.
Thank you. I'm like, could you put a sofa in front of your door? Could you do something? So we helped her install a child lock at the very top, and then the kid figured out how to move the sofa, get out, and continuously like run into the street. This lady
Honestly, it's probably better that the kid came to you. You know?
Yeah. Or she learned
It
that.
sucks.
Yeah, but at the same time, it would just make me livid, absolutely livid that this child would resort to this. Because the reason why this kid would do that, the kid needed something. Like, the kid needed to be changed. I was asleep. I wake up and there's a shitty diaper in my fucking kitchen floor. I'm like, and my door's cracked and my cat has escaped. I'm like, oh, what is going on here? Go out there, find out that her door is open and the kid is watching cartoons with the door open. And I'm like, where's your mother? I actually went into the house, found her diapers, fixed the child while yelling for the mother to wake up. Like, I've got your kid.
What was she on?
Yes, men at a baby shower because we invited men that have children. So if you are
And Tim,
because Tim is awesome.
Tim is everybody's kid's uncle.
We are
by proxy.
We are all Tim's children.
Yeah. Well, if we're dealing with poop, I might as well embarrass myself further.
Okay.
Because mine isn't nearly as disgusting, but apparently I had a period of about maybe 6 months, 9 months, a year, where whenever I was supposed to, do something in my diaper, no matter where we were at the mall, where we were at the doctor's, where we were at a restaurant, wherever, I would stand up, squat down, screw up my face, really make sure everyone could see I was doing things, go red in the head and yell, "Mommy, I'm pooping."
Oh my God.
Well,
Oh, I have skepticism just as another $2. I almost got drunk at the age of 4. I have stories. Oh my God.
Oh,
Are you Mexican?
I'm
just asking.
I grew up in Irish dance culture. Because my sister did Irish step dance. And so I grew up around all these crazy people who also did Irish dance, the parents. Some of these people were actually from Ireland, And yeah, I was constantly trying to steal everyone's beer because they left it unattended, and I was 4, 5, 6 years old trying to steal beer, and they always thought it was fun to put a beer bottle in my hand and take pictures while we were at dance competitions. And
my mom accidentally got my little sister drunk because she had Irished up her hot chocolate and used the same mug as my sister. So she downed my mom's hot chocolate that was full of Bailey in it. And then my mom wondered why. It's like, why is the little 4-year-old drunk? Oh, shit.
That same thing happened to a family friend of ours. She made a cake and made icing to go on the cake with Bailey's.
Oh.
And, you know, the little girl, as she's making the cake, you know, got in the fridge and got out a spoon and just started eating the icing out of the fridge. And she took a very long nap.
I'm sure she did.
Based on type something into the live chat. Oh my god!
I feel good.
From next door is over, and I can hear her screaming. I actually have a serious problem.
No,
with
she's
other
like,
people's
I
kids.
shit you not, at least 200 yards away, and I can hear this child screaming and keep thinking it's my baby on the other side of the wall. That's how loud this freaking kid is.
I can hear it in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear that? That is the
cannot
neighbor kid from, like, not this block, but the next block. That's how loud that freaking kid
hear
is.
that.
Good God.
I keep thinking
Why
it's my
is she on
kids, and I'm like going in there to tell them to shut up.
What the hell are they doing to that child?
Guys, I gotta go set up for Shitlord, so have a
Alright.
good dream.
When we're done, we'll probably go
Yeah,
bombard
right.
your chat
Thanks.
with the memes, the memes.
I'm sure.
I don't know when Mems is showing up, but I gotta get heading out soon-ish.
Oh, no, I meant memeing her chat, but I don't know. I took Mem off of the thing because I don't know what she's doing. She's having to play with the kid, and she seems a little frustrated right now. I'm sure she'll make it up.
I understand that.
Yeah, I'll talk to you guys when we're done with the stream. So,
I actually do
yeah,
have a really
I ended up-
embarrassing story about myself if you guys want to hear it.
sure.
I don't like to embarrass myself,
Yeah.
but it will be pretty funny. When
What's
I was
that?
about 7 years old, I got really, really, really sick. So I got the, like, you know, good Tylenol with codeine or whatever from the doctor.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I laid down on my bed to go to sleep and take a nap. And while I was asleep, I had apparently, like, woken up and for some reason thought that sleeping up underneath the other bed would be, like, a great idea because we had, like, the 2 twin beds in the room. So I get up and, like, for whatever reason, grab the blanket and pillow and get up underneath the bed and go to sleep. And my mom did not know where I was. So she called the police. We had, like, I lived in a little town. It's like Mayberry. So she called the police. The mayor was out looking for me. The mayor's kids were out looking for me. Like, literally the entire town was looking for me and freaking out. And, like, everybody came over from church and they were, like, forming search parties. And I wake up because I'm hungry. I go in to see my mom and she's like, where the hell have you been? And I had no idea what was going on, but there were like 50 cops in the house. And I'm like, holy shit. And I thought they were there to arrest me, so I ran away again and tried to get under the bed. She was so pissed. I got grounded for 3 months. 3 months for that, by the way.
I scared the ever-loving shit out of my mother because I discovered that my mom had this old pan that she would let me play in the bathtub with to dunk water over my head. Well, I discovered that if I turned it upside down, it would float, and I was such a tiny child, I could lean back on it, and it would float and hold my head up, and I could nap in the tub. And I fell asleep in the bathtub, and I looked like I was dead, and she didn't see that the pan was underneath of me, so I'm just floating there. She goes into there, and she thought her kid had died, and she's just bursting in tears. And I went, what, Mommy? What's wrong? She goes, oh my God, thank God. She goes, don't ever do that again. You scared me to death. I thought you were dead. Never sleep in the bathtub. And like, she was happy, sad, scared, pissed, like every emotion. I got a lot about mother emotions that day.
My sister one time had fallen asleep, and she she would sleep in these weird-ass positions, right? And so she was asleep under a blanket, but it didn't look like there was a person under the blanket, you know? Mm-hmm. And they couldn't find my sister. Everyone starts yelling for her, and she wakes up under the blanket. And she thinks people are yelling because she's in trouble. So she just decides to stay under the blanket. And eventually, I think she got sat on. But there was, they were about to call the cops. The neighbors were searching. Everyone was running around. And she was just hiding under this blanket like, oh, shit, everyone is pissed. I'm going to stay here.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's so sad.
Does anybody have any stories of other people's kids pissing you off, either because the parents are irresponsible or the child's just a dick?
Yes.
Okay, that'll be the next round of stories. We're going to be ending this at 9 o'clock, and then we can all go watch Ren's stream, because I don't want to, like, run over stream times with my friends, because I want to make sure everybody gets their time. So, who wants to go first?
I can.
Okay.
Okay. So my friend, who is, you know, one of my dearest friends, he, you know, was our roommate at the time, and one of the people I would actually be totally cool, you know, living with, and because we worked well as a big unit, like as a big family, you know. But he was dating this woman that is the...
Hold on, real quick.
She's
Marl did a super chat for $5 or £5, which is $6.02 American. What do toys and boobs have in common? They were both originally made for kids, but dads end up playing with them.
Fact.
Fact.
That is awesome.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, I told my husband recently he's gonna have to share. But so this friend of mine was dating this woman, and this woman is basically who any MGTOW fears. The women that turn the MGTOW guys crazy. Okay? She was a big, fat, angry, redheaded feminist.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is beside the point, but just for some clarity on this woman, she pretended to take birth control, got pregnant, and took our friend for as much child support as humanly possible, whilst trying to block him from seeing his child. Of course, luckily, I was around and I knew a lot of the law, and I helped him out. So he gets visitation with his son. So there's that. But... yeah, so this woman is just awful. And so not quite big red because her hair was long, but now it's short and blue. So
lovely.
More Randy Harper. Yeah. So yeah, but at the time, before she had this son of my friend, she already had a daughter, which it turns out this woman is actually a lesbian. Gets pregnant on purpose just for child support reasons. So there's that.
Real classy.
Oh,
real classy.
Oh, yeah.
Entitled cunt bag.
Oh, I got into many a screaming match face to face with this bitch, and it's like, what are you gonna do? Hit me? I'm in a wheelchair. I will take you for everything you have. You know.
Wow.
But yeah. So, you know. She has this daughter that is about the same age as my son. And so we would let them play together, whatever. You know, I would watch them because, of course, she wouldn't watch. You know, she just came over to eat my roommate's food and sit in his room. Like, when he wasn't there, she'd come over and eat his food and sit in his room. So, you know, I would let them play whatever. And one time... this little brat motherfucker picks up a little toy airplane that's my son's, and he had been playing with it. So he started crying, and she whipped it into his face.
Oh, what a fuck that bitch up.
Oh, if I was the type of person to hit a child, this kid would have gone through a wall. But I let it go for the moment, but I took her aside and I told her very, very specifically that you do not touch my child, you do not throw things at anyone else. You know, basically I tried to parent the kid because the mom's not around. So, you know, I give her a lecture about hitting other kids. And what does she do? She hits me.
Whoa.
And I go, no, you go to your mom right now. Get the fuck out of my face. And she goes into that bedroom, my roommate's bedroom. And they're in there for a long time. And so later, they come out, and mom walks out with her little brat. And I go, did she tell you what she did? And she said, oh, yeah, she told me that Colin hit her.
Oh.
What?
Oh. So she done went in there and straight up lied.
Yeah. Yeah, she went in there and said that my kid hit her.
What a brat. Oh. See, I have spanked other people's kids. I can do that in this state.
You can?
Oh, yeah. A spanking, like open-handed spankings are totally acceptable. And this kid was mouthing off and like swearing at teachers, and the teachers were just standing there because he can't do a damn thing about it. And I'm like, you better shut it up, little kid, or I'm going to beat your ass. He's like, you can't touch me. You're not my mom. I'm like, oh, I'll touch you. So I grabbed him by the arm and spanked him on the butt like 3 times. And he was just standing there, like, looking at all the teachers to come save him. And they were just like, I don't know you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
One of the worst shits I've ever had to deal with is when I lived in that apartment. There are all these kids around. I miss that apartment because of the kids there, but some of them were just horrible. And mind you, one of them, I feel bad for this kid because he's autistic, and his mother was still going to methadone to get off of drugs, and he had issues. But he did know his boundaries, and he kept coming over to my front porch. Now, I couldn't leave the bikes and stuff out in the front porch area all day, or the landlord would get mad. But after 5, when the fucking landlords left, I would leave them parked there as long as they picked them up and moved them back either into the yard or in the house when they were done, you know. But so my kid comes home from playing on her scooter. She parks it, and she does one of those, I gotta go to the bathroom right now things, right? She was playing, she has to pee. Runs off into the bathroom, and she comes back out, and she's like, my scooter's gone, my scooter. We couldn't find it for fucking 2 weeks. We come to find out that he took it, went to his friend's house, left it at his friend's house to hide it and stash it. Because he wanted one like it, even though it was pink. He stole her scooter, and then this kid comes over, and he's riding it one day. I'm like, where did you get that? Oh, I don't want to say the kid's name because I want to dox him. Yeah, it's his. I'm borrowing it. I went, that's not his. I went up to the mother. I'm like, okay, so he stole it and he put it over to a friend's house to stash it there. And she goes, oh, I'll get him in trouble. No problem. He's out 10 minutes later playing with the neighbors again. I'm like, didn't you get in trouble? Yeah. I'm not allowed to, I have to play outside for the rest of the day. I'm like, you need to be put in your room where you could stay the hell away from my kids and stop stealing. I was so mad. Like, this kid would not.
By the way, sorry about the ow just a minute ago. The star of the show here decided to try to kick his way down through my cervix. So that was great.
Oh, I hate that it feels like
ouch.
It feels like a knife.
It's so sharp. It's so sharp when they do that. Oh.
For all the men out there, it feels like getting a bag tag. It hurts, and it radiates through your body to your knees, to your shoulders, up through your neck.
Fair enough. I don't want to say anything, but I feel like me and Pat are sort of okay with not actually experiencing that. Just want to throw it out there.
Yeah.
I had my daughter grab a hold of my rib, and they did an x-ray to find out why I was swollen in my ribs, like maybe I'd cracked a rib under pressure. And so they had to do an emergency x-ray, and they come to find out that there was a little baby hand cupped around the rib and the muscle, like through the cervix, but like the cervix, of course, or the baby bag is wrapped around it. Yeah. She had jammed her hand between my skin and my rib, and the only thing we could do was to sit there for 2 weeks and massage it. And to this day, I get pains there because she separated the muscle and the skin and everything, and she screwed up part of my rib because she kept reaching up and grabbing a hold of it.
See, I keep having to try to move this guy from right to left because I don't know why, but my first son decided that, you know what, the right side is the only side. And so he jammed his entire self into the right side of my abdomen. You know, his arms and legs were off to the left, but his head and body were on my right. So it completely stretched. Whereas the other side of my abdomen didn't stretch as much, obviously. And so now that I'm stretching back out again, of course, it's all going to the right. Because that's the plane that my first son has laid.
He's in there carving his name with his brand new fingernails on the side.
My oldest displaced my entire rib cage. I didn't even know you could do that, but he was, head down and flipped up, and I was laying in bed, and he kicked me so hard you could hear the snap, and it knocked the wind out of me. And so I'm gasping for air. I'm like, holy shit, I don't know what's just happened. So we go to the hospital, and they're like, oh, you're okay, but your rib cage is displaced, and it's probably going to stay that way. I'm like, how did that even happen? And she's doing the ultrasound. She's like, I think that foot right there probably had a lot to do with it. And my Mexican ex-husband did not have a problem with this. He just goes, oh my God, he's going to be a great soccer player. And he was so happy. I'm like, oh.
You know what? As a European, I can sympathize. I can sympathize with that.
We got failure accomplished in the chat. Is failure accomplished a parent?
I don't believe so, no.
I don't think he is.
He said babies of the devil.
He is not a parent, no.
No.
Oh, dude, just being pregnant and having kids, though, as many horror stories as we're telling, there is nothing more.
I'm fine.
Man, the best thing is if you have a super shit day and you just go home, they're like, here, I drew you a picture, and they give you a big hug. Like, I love you so much. And they'll do anything for you except clean their room. But they'll do anything for you. It's adorable.
The worst thing with kids are they will make your entire life hell as far as, a day. They will just have a horrible day, tantrums, everything. And you're just like, I'm going to kill myself because I can't take it anymore. And right then is when they crawl up into your lap, give you a hug, and tell you you're pretty. Mommy, you're pretty. And it's like, well, now I can't get rid of you. God damn it. Okay, I do have one tantrum story that's adorable.
Well, go ahead
about my son. Okay, so my son, I don't know how long ago y'all had babies. I know Base Mama is still, fresh. But
I had 9 and 12, so.
Okay.
It's been a while in my case.
So we were, my son had switched from bottles to the sippy cups that had the soft tops instead of the hard tops. And so after that, he started chewing through those. So we're like, okay, we have to switch him to the hard top sippies, because he's chewing through these things, and we don't want him eating the plastic, all that. So we got him some hard top sippies, and we filled it with some juice because juice, that kids love juice, that was his go-to, and we filled it up for him, and the kid flipped his shit. How dare you give me this thing? It has a hard top. fuck you, mom and dad, I hate you kind of attitude. Screaming, crying, face completely red, snot running down his nose, and he is so upset, he starts doing somersaults while tantruming and screaming.
Wow.
And that is something I've never seen.
From I Have Skepticism saying, "Hi, Mom. Hope to never mean that." When we also got Mad Woman in the thing. Have you met Mad Woman yet?
Mad Woman.
What?
I don't think so.
She's a super duper sweetheart. You will love her forever.
Oh, yes.
But anyway, continue. Sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting you. Just people.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Thanks.
It's fine. But he's flipping out, and this goes on and on and on, with us trying to give it to him again over and over, like, well, maybe now I'll take it, maybe now I'll take it. And it goes on 3 hours. Not continuous tantrum, but restarting. And so it's like, okay, I don't know what to do. Meanwhile, at the time we were staying at my husband's parents' house, and his mom was in her room. She had a migraine. And so, you know, we're trying to get him calm at the same time, because it's like, oh God, she's got a headache, and he's screaming. And finally, she just walks out of her bedroom, walks into the kitchen, gets a tiny cup, fills it with water, walks over to my son, gets him to take a little sip out of the cup, hands him the sippy cup. He starts drinking out of it. She looks at me and goes, he needed to know he was thirsty. And walks back into her room. I'm just like, what?
That's so weird. Oh my God.
The woman is a baby guru. I would not have gotten anywhere near as far as I have without her.
Jesus. Some people just have the baby touch.
Yeah.
I would like to introduce you to another mother and another female YouTuber. This is Mad Woman. Mad Woman uses liberal lunacy. Liberal lunacy, Mad Woman.
Hello.
Pleasure to meet you, and congrats on your mommyhood.
Second time.
We're going to be ending this in 13 minutes or so, but I really wanted you two to meet because we're talking awesome fucking women all the way around here. And yeah, Mad Woman is absolutely cool. She's another one of the mothers of the internet. And we were actually thinking about making a motherhood club of just like the women that are not just mothers, but we tend to mom the internet a little bit when our community, as Jeff explodes somewhere, starts to like overact.
He's too drunk to explode.
He's apparently just been having like a really hard time with his tooth and everything, and every time.
Oh, I get it. I had to out a couple summers ago. I get it.
He got
Everybody's been having problems with teeth
surgery, and so like any bit of drinking right now is probably just gonna pass him out. So I'm sure he'll make it up to us, and Matt really wants to come in, but she has to let her kid play outside, or he's gonna spend the rest of the day just.
Oh, I get it, dude. I totally get it.
Yeah, she says she's sorry. Just life happens. I'm like, dude, we understand that life happens. It's okay.
We are the people who will understand. We're the moms.
I mean,
yeah,
hyper kid. The last thing you want is to keep the hyper kid indoors on a beautiful day, you know.
Yeah, let's not do that, or no one is gonna get sleep because he's still in that little toddler energetic phase where. I do not know how.
By the way, I have a crippled mom hack for everyone.
What?
A crippled mom hack.
Okay.
Because like you know how you gotta figure out how to do things a little different when you're crippled, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know most kids you can turn them loose to go run outside, and you know if you need them to come in, you go and yell. You know, you go yell out the back door, right? Well, so I had my kid playing outside the other night, and I had to have him come in because, you know, it was about to rain. So I was going to yell at him to come in because, you know, he's the kind of kid that he's not going to come in because it's like, fuck that. Yay, rain.
Yeah.
He takes after me.
It's total time.
So, right. But, you know, so my husband was at work. No one else was home. And so I wasn't in my wheelchair. So I had to basically throw myself onto the floor and get all the way over to the door, then open it, then yell for. to come in. It was just a nightmare. So I started thinking about it, like, goddamn, what can I do? What can I do to prevent this from happening again? And I was thinking, like, it'd be nice if he had a phone, but I'm like, no way, I'm not giving an 8-year-old a fucking phone. You know? So I came up with the best possible solution. When he is going out to play, and I am the only one here, I am handing the kid a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So I can yell at him to come in and on that.
And be like, if you go out of signal, you have gone too far. That is the perimeter in which you can play.
Yeah, I'm not telling him how big the perimeter is, but apparently it's 5 kilometers.
When I used to go to pagan gatherings and like powwows and stuff, and Paul would wander off, we had a pair of walkie-talkies. And I told him, I said, we need call signs. But we already figured out that every other mother had nicknamed their kid Boo. So getting over a walkie-talkie when we weren't the only ones with walkie-talkies and saying, what Boo, what's your 20, wasn't going to work because I got 5 different directions given to me in return. Well, we were at this one in Florida. I think it was the one in St. Pete where I got... Another vendor was standing next to me when I went, Roo, what's your 20? Roo, this is Kanga, what's your 20? And the guy's looking at me, and I went, Roo, Kanga, we need the poo, 100-acre wood, not important. Roo, where you at? Roo.
Was it the one on Madeira Beach?
No, this one was in St. Pete in one of those parks that has all those nice, weird-looking trees for all the shade.
Oh, the banyan trees.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, whoever sent me the Kung Fu baby skeleton shirt.
Oh, we got another one. We got another baby shirt. Let's see. Which one is it?
It's the one with the baby doing, like, little karate kick in the womb.
All right.
Which is absolutely perfect because this kid, when we go to karate class, because my husband does karate, he teaches, my son's in karate, his dad and everything, and I go to class, and the little one, I'm convinced wants to come out already with a red belt. So this is perfect, and I plan on doing maternity pictures in this shirt.
Oh, cool. When I was pregnant with...
Just post them, please.
When
Do you
I
want me
was,
to send
when I
it
was
to you,
pregnant,
Liz?
Yeah, you're going to have to send it to me because I can't find it.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was pregnant with Paul, we were staying at his sister's house. This was years and years ago, and she had a waterbed. She let us sleep on the waterbed. And he goes, will you quit moving the waterbed? I said, I'm not. So I had to roll over, put my stomach against him, because the waves would flow. And when they would stop, we would feel him kick just to get the waves to start again on the waterbed. He did that for a good 20 minutes before he stopped.
Smart baby. He's like, I like this ride.
Oh,
this was
man.
fun.
Yeah.
The best is when they get the hiccups and your whole belly goes boop, boop,
Yeah.
Oh,
boop
that's
with every hiccup.
for a while.
Yeah.
It gets annoying after a while, but when it first starts happening, the novelty's great.
Yeah. The other thing he would do is he would start fussing, and if I rolled over, he would kick, and if he felt Ronan's back, then you would feel a hand kind of feeling. And when he realized that was Daddy, he would stop.
Oh, okay, this one. All right, let me screen share.
She's
this.
very smart, baby.
Yeah, I see. Yes,
Come on, like, give me my screen share, you piece of shit. My computer.
yeah.
My computer. There it is. It's just doing a lot because
I love every time I click on Twitter, I see boobs.
There we go. This is the shirt. Oh, that's gonna look so cute.
Oh, that is cute.
Even after you're done giving birth, too, you could use it as a night shirt.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Breastfeeding when you're all like big in the chest, it'll give you all that room. Oh,
Hell yeah.
that is so
That is
cute.
cute.
Zoom in.
Kung Fu skeleton, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I have
Yeah,
to admit,
I-
I still wear my maternity pants and shirts because they're just really comfortable.
When I started, as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I jumped on Amazon and bought maternity yoga pants, and I never looked back.
Oh, aren't they the best?
I'm gonna continue.
That's the
Well,
thing
it's
about
like
the
the-
maternity pants that you guys were talking about. The ladies that go to Walmart wearing the leggings, they think that they're yoga pants
No, they're not.
Those are leggings. You're supposed to wear a skirt or shorts over them.
Yeah.
Although I just got some leggings to go under my maternity dress that I bought yesterday. But, you know, of course, they're maternity leggings, and so I'm calling them preggings.
Preggings.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's actually
Nice.
very good one.
That was good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
but
they're really, they're comfy. But no, that's the thing, like, that is putting the two most comfortable kinds of clothing in the world together is yoga pants and maternity clothes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Talk about
And-
comfy. Now, this is your last
And
chance,
I'll
guys,
admit-
while on this stream to go get her a gift from her wish list. We've gotten a good handful of things for her. If you wish to tip her directly, and half of all super chat goes directly to Shannon as soon as I get it. And so if you guys want to do that now. Because we are going to be ending in 3 minutes. So I want to open up the floor directly just to Shannon, and you get to say whatever you want about this whole experience, anything that you want to dump out.
Dumping the opera. No, I'm just kidding. No, I seriously want to thank everyone. Not only people who bought things, not only people who showed up to watch the stream, but, you know, just everyone that's been so patient with me. I feel like an asshole to my patrons, including you, Tim, because, well, I know you don't care, but I know, I'm just shush. Let me say this.
All right.
But I feel like an asshole because, you know, I'm not cranking out content like I had been, and, you know, I don't have the motivation. You know, it's been a really rough pregnancy, and this kid is like sucking the life out of me. Just for reference, during my first pregnancy, I gained 12 pounds. Like, that's all I gained. In this pregnancy, I've lost 12 pounds. So
it's a succubus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hashtag
Incubus,
vampire
because he's a
confirmed.
boy. But it's been rough. So I just want to thank everyone for being patient with me, and I will be back. I have all sorts of fun stuff planned for my channel. It'll be back, which Liz, do you mind if I steal this off your channel and put it on mine as well?
Oh, absolutely.
So
Yeah, go ahead and put it on there. I've
throw something out there.
To you $2. Thanks, you mothers. You are great. I didn't
Thank you. I have skepticism.
Yeah. One thing
Didn't do nothing.
I was saying something. What was it? I was going to say something kind of pseudo-intellectually there. People understand that pregnancy is a big pain in the dick. The fact that you care and that you are worried about everybody shows that you're awesome. And I want to thank everybody for showing support for her right now, because, you know, with dealing with also being disabled and pregnant on top of it all, holy shit, I don't know how the fuck you're doing this.
Man.
But you are, and it's just, damn, woman, you're a trooper. But
this is why I'm not doing anymore.
I had a theory on how you got pregnant, like, so easily. You went off of your birth control because it was making you fat, and you didn't.
No, it was killing me. It was killing me. They thought I had cancer.
But like right after that, you got pregnant. Like,
no,
I have a pretty good idea of how she got pregnant too.
Well, no, I actually was on birth control when I got pregnant. It was just a different form. It was the mini pill, you know, instead of the full-on progesterone and estrogen one. And but there were other methods involved. You know, there was condoms and actual spermicide, not spermicidal condoms, but actual spermicide being used. So this kid really wanted to exist.
Damn.
This kid broke through 3 forms of birth control to exist.
Oh.
Wow, that is a trooper. That is a trooper right
Is
there.
it like, yay? It was determined.
That is why I have told my gynecologist, scorch the earth. I'm done. I was campaigning for them to take my uterus, and they won't. They're not legally allowed.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh my God, don't do that.
Oh no. If you leave the ovaries, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
You still ovulate and everything.
The last Ronin does $5
Oh, you scared me. I thought you were about to go
message,
insane.
You're awesome.
Oh, man.
Oh God, you guys are just awesome. Everybody around.
You guys are
It's now
great.
9:01, and I don't want to. What was it? Okay, what's $14 plus 250? 14, 15, 16.
16.50.
Okay, I officially so far owe you $16.50 from this stream here. And when you do start going back and doing YouTube, definitely turn on your super chat. Look up how to do that. It's so worth it because
I have mine enabled. Just no one's ever used it yet.
well, yeah,
I have it on
stream.
there,
You gotta stream and basically don't.
Well, I'm saying I've done two. I've done two. Been on, but yeah. So thank you, Liz, so much for hosting this and doing this, and thank you everyone who came on and watched and talked and stuff.
It was nice to finally meet you.
Yes.
Yes.
Me too.
And we had Reading Ren on. She had to leave to go start her stream. I'm going to find Reading Ren's channel real quick before we end so I can throw that into the live chat and in the bottom too, because that's where I'm going to go and shitpost in her side chat. Maybe even see if she wants some Liz company, depending on when my kids are finally getting her. Reading Ren. Where is it? Reading Ren.
I found it. Hang on.
I know.
I got it.
I'm faster. No.
And I'm sober this time, so I'm going to try to make sure that I'm around just in case she needs a token.
And I am
everybody
definitely not.
And let's go shitpost over at Reading Ren's channel because she's great and awesome. And Liberal Lunacy, love you very much. We are killing the stream. Everybody say goodnight.
Night.
Good night, everybody.
Love you, Liberal.